Hello, I'm Priyanka Agarwal. Welcomes you all to our channel A to Z Softech. Here you will get educational videos related to NCERT subjects and technical subjects based on computer science. If you find our videos helpful to you, so please like and share the videos. Do subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to get updates about new videos. To get more clarity on the topic, please watch the video till the end. Feel free to post your queries in the comment section below the video. You will get the link of data related to the video in the description box. You can find our video using hashtag NCERT by Priyanka ma'am or hashtag NCERT A to Z Softech. Now let's start with the topic. Hello, welcome all. Today we are going to discuss 9th class civics chapter 1, that is what is democracy and why democracy. So let's start. First of all, let's know from where the word democracy is arrived. Word democracy comes from a Greek word demokratia. In Greek, demos means people, whereas kratia means rule. So democracy is rule by the people. Meaning of democracy. Let's understand meaning of democracy by a definition given by Abraham Lincoln. According to him, democracy is a government of the people, by the people and for the people. So we can say, or in other words, democracy is a form of government where rulers are elected by the people. So some question arises like, who are the rulers? What kind of election? Who are the people? Or last one is, what kind of form of government? So in this chapter, we will study or we will understand all this question through some examples. Now we will focus on features of democracy. So its first feature is major decisions by elected leaders. So let's understand this by example of Pakistan. So in Pakistan, General Pervez Musharraf led a military coup in October 1999, declared himself the chief executive of the country, changed his designation to president. Further, in 2002, held a referendum in the country that granted him a 5-year extension. Further, in August 2002, he issued a legal framework order that amended the Constitution of Pakistan. According to this, the president can dismiss the nation and provisional assemblies. Let me tell you some effect of this framework order. So after passing this law, elections were held to the national and state assemblies. So Pakistan has had elections, elected representatives have some powers, but the final power rests with military officers and General Musharraf himself. Now tell me, can we say that the rulers are elected by the people in Pakistan? No. People may have elected their representative to the national and provisional assemblies, but those elected representatives are not really the rulers. They can't take the final decisions. The power to take final decision rests with army officer and with General Musharraf. So we cannot say that Pakistan is a democratic nation. So this discussion gives us the first feature, that is, in a democracy, the final decision making power must rest with those elected by the people. Next, free and fair electoral competition. So let's take example of China. In China, elections are held after every 5 years for electing the country's parliament, that is National People Congress. So the National People Congress has the power to appoint president of the country. It has nearly 3,000 members elected from all over China. Further, before contesting elections, a candidate needs the approval of the Chinese Communist Party. Our next example is from Mexico. Since its independence in 1930, Mexico holds elections after every 6 years to elect its president. But until 2000, every election was won by a party called PRI, that is Institutional Revolutionary Party. The PRI was known to use many dirty tricks to win election, such as teachers of government schools used to force parents to vote for the PRI, or sometimes the polling booths were shifted from one place to another in the last moment, or the PRI sent a large sum of money in the campaigning for its candidates. So, can we say in China or in Mexico there is a democracy? No. Why? Because their democracy is not based on fair and free competition. So this gives us our next feature, that is a democracy must be based on a free and fair election where those currently in power have a fair chance to losing. Next feature of democracy is one person, one vote and one value. Let's take example of Saudi Arabia. Until 2015, women did not have the right to vote, whereas in Estonia, it made its citizenship rules in such a way that people belonging to Russian minority find it difficult to get the right to vote. Or in Fiji, the electoral system is such that the vote of an indigenous Fijian has more value than that of an Indian Fijian. So, in these countries, the democracy is not based on a fundamental principle of democracy, that is political equality. So, we can say that in these three countries, there is a lack of democracy. And from here, we get our next feature of democracy, that is, in a democracy, each adult citizen must have one vote and each vote must have one value. Next feature of democracy is rule of law and respect for rights. Let's take example of Zimbabwe. So after attained independence in 1980, the country has been ruled by ZANU-PF, the party that lead the freedom struggle. Elections were held regularly and always won by ZANU-PF. Unfair practices in elections. His government changed the constitution several times to increase the power of the president and make him less accountable. This government declared public protest and demonstration against the government illegal. There is a law that limits the right to criticize the president. Also, television and radio are controlled by the government and give only the ruling party's version. So we cannot say that in Zimbabwe there is democracy because they are using unfair practices in election. They are dominating their citizens or they control their media. So from this discussion, we get one more feature of democracy, that a democratic government rules within limits set by constitutional law and citizens' rights. So let's understand some merits of democracy. So a democratic government is a more accountable form of government. It improves the quality of decision making. It provides a method to deal with differences and conflicts. Further, it enhances the dignity of citizens. Democracy allows to correct mistakes. In a democracy, no one is a permanent winner or loser. Democracy enhances the dignity of citizens as it is based on the principle of political equality. So these are some merits of democracy. There are some drawbacks also or demerits of democracy. Let's study it. First of all, leaders keep changing in a democracy and this leads to instability. Second one is democracy is all about political competition and power play. There is no scope of morality. Further, elected leaders do not know the best interest of people. It leads to bad decisions. Then, democracy leads to corruption, for it is based on electoral competition. So, in this chapter, we understood that from where the word democracy arrived, what is the meaning of democracy, what it really means, and features of democracy, merits and demerits of democracy. Also, we studied some case studies and correlate it with democracy. So keep studying, stay at home. Thank you all. Keep watching.